Recently, I posted a small 3-4 minute video about the market reaching 60,000 and asking whether it's a time to buy, sell, hold, whatever. So let us look at what is a crash in the market. So I'm not saying the market is headed for a crash, but the question is, what is a crash? Crash is when the prices of a commodity fall. It could be any commodity, which causes fear in the people holding that commodity, and they all come to sell at more or less the same time, causing the prices to fall further. Can this happen in any market? Yes, it can happen in any market. Look at real estate now. Everybody is trying to talk up the real estate and saying, oh, markets are booming. But if you talk to the brokers, nothing is happening. The needle is not moving. Pre-corona, I had checked out the price of a property. It was about 90 lakhs or sometime about 1.5, 2 years before corona. It's not just 1 month before corona. Last week I checked out the price and it turns out to be about 10-15 lakhs less. About 80 lakhs is what a 1 BHK costs in this place. To me it is just an indicator, because I have some property to be given on rent, and I was checking out that the returns have not increased, rents have fallen. If the rents, which is in the numerator, has fallen, any increase in the denominator is a lie. People keep talking about that. So real estate prices have not crashed, but real estate prices have just stagnated. In equity markets today, what could happen is whole of 2021 we have been watching with unabated breath. At every day the market seems to be going up. Some day it is steel going up, some day it is aluminium going up, some day it is cement, sugar. There is a story to everything. There is a ethanol story, there is a global shortage of steel story, there is a power shortage story in China. So for every commodity there is a story, but some commodity, but remember, when commodity prices go up, margins of manufacturers have to go down. So your automobile margins have to go down if steel prices go up and remain there. So one day it will have an impact on the EPS of the car manufacturer, and therefore the PE also, right? So let us see what is a crash. A crash is a time when everybody tries to sell a commodity. So in case it is equities, like global equities, so somebody in US, somebody in China, somebody in Japan, somebody in India, everybody is trying to sell the equity that they hold. So global investors could be holding Tata Steel, global investors could be holding TCS, could be holding HDFC Bank, HDFC Limited, SBI, right? These are the shares which are held globally and locally, right? So if everybody tries to sell at more or less the same time, the market could come down. Now if you take the past downturns in the market, I think the 1929 downturn, if you take, it took almost a decade for the market to come back, right? 1929 the prices fell. 1920s used to be called the roaring 20s. 1929 everybody was saying, oh, now the market can't ever fall, and the market fell, and it took a whole decade for the market to come back, right? After that the falls have been, then the SEC was brought in, lot of rules and regulations were brought in. In fact, people like Jesse Livermore made maybe 100 million. He was one of the top 10 richest people in the world. But after that he went long and he lost everything, right? So everything can happen, right? You can make money when there is a fall. If you've gone short, you can make money. But anyway, I am digressing. So when the market fell in 1929, it took 10 years for the market to recover. But 1987, I think the recovery was 2-3 years. So even if you take the Indian market, 1991 and 92 was a big boom, the booming years. I think the market went up about almost close to 100% or maybe 250%. And then in 1993 it came down about 40%, right? So that's the kind of fall it can have, and then it takes a long time to recover. However, one thing which technology has done today is brought in a lot of people, and there are maybe a crore of people who are waiting to enter the market when the market falls. So the question is, will people let the market fall? And I do think that this government of Mr. Narendra Modi is now very, very particular that the bad news doesn't hit, because if the bad news hits you sometime in 2022 or 23, it could have a very bad impact in 2024. So all the king's men and all the king's horses will try to put Humpty Dumpty together again. So if Humpty Dumpty were to fall, Humpty Dumpty, there would be a great attempt to put Humpty Dumpty together again. So will there be a crash allowed? Well, governments don't like crashes, because people remember that, right? So onion prices in India are important, and so are share market prices. Even though the people dependent on the share market or people connected to the share market would be less than 5% of the population, and from a voting point of view it may not matter, but these people are very vociferous. Then they will go all over the world and write how the government didn't do anything. So I think the government will step in, the SEC will step in. So they will not want the market to go down, but the market defies everybody, right? So market, when it goes down, it just goes down. You really can't do much about it. So will the market go down? I don't know, but market is ripe for a lot of profit taking. A lot of people will take profits. They may not know where to put it. They may remove the money, keep it at home, then find that the market is going up, feel very foolish, and come back into the market. Everything is possible. So the market can go from 60,000 to 70,000 and then come down, or it can come down from 60,000. So don't get trapped by numbers like 60,000. It doesn't mean anything. Thank you.